Chris here from Callaway Green. We get loads of questions from business owners and people that are trying to get more traffic to their websites. SEO can be really difficult if you don't know what you're doing, so we welcome those questions to come in. A question we've been asked a lot recently is, what are the most important on-page SEO factors? In other words, what do you need to do to your site to make sure it's set up correctly for SEO purposes? Andy now is going to take you through the most important factors.
So here we're going to take a quick look at the on-page factors, the factors that matter to Google and matter to people too. Remember that everything you do needs to relate to people more than Google, really. If you do it right and it applies to people, or applies to both, then Google will pick it up and everything will be fine. Your site will rank well. If you try to make it so that Google sees something different to normal visitors to your site, a technique often known as cloaking, then you're going to get in trouble. Google wants to see the site that people see, that people visiting your site, visiting your pages will see. So it's absolutely imperative that you just make your site accessible to people in certain ways that make it also accessible to Google. And there's nothing really technical with it. This will explain now. There's nothing difficult about this. So first of all, we need to have a look at the title of the page, and the title of the page up here appears in the top in the browser. In Internet Explorer and in Firefox, it'll be across the top of the browser. That's edited within your content management system or in the source code of your web page. Sits between two title tags. Your web designer can fix that for you, and this needs to relate to the page that you're currently on. Many people, seen this many times, will have welcome to our webpage or home page, just the name of the page, about us, which really doesn't help anyone. We can see here that on Mashable, the title page is social media news and web tips, which is what the whole site is about. And when we move around the site, so we go to entertainment, we see that the title changes. It says entertainment. We go to lifestyle, and it changes again to lifestyle. So we want this to change all the time, and we need it on our website. Ideally, if we've got products or dynamic content of any kind, we need that to also update to be different and unique on every single page. Now, just to show where this appears, because it's not just a matter of it looking nice in the top title, let's face it, not many people look up here, but it has a very important role in search. If we do a search here for social media news, we see there Mashable is number 1, and there's the title. So the title appears in the search results. So that's the first hit you've got for your customers, or potential customers, to see who you are and what you do. So you want to get that looking good. That's the title. That's nice and easy. So let's have a look at something else. Let's look at the address. Now, some companies use a brand. Brand is powerful. Mashable.com, that people know about them. They've got a great brand, so they don't need to call themselves socialmedianews.com. And anyway, recent changes in Google have meant that a match here between your domain and your keywords that you want to be ranked for perhaps isn't as powerful as it used to be. However, if we click onto lifestyle, we see that this has changed. So the page name has changed. Let's go to entertainment, and it's changed again. Other on-page factors we need to look at. Another important on-page factor we need to look at is content. What's on the page? Does the page discuss the title? Is it about the title? Is it related to the title? Is it related to the URL? Is the page useful for people? Does it give people good information? Here we can see we're in the entertainment section, and we're seeing stuff about celebrities, use your voice, Beyonce, so it is entertainment. And so these two relate, but also the thing about Mashable is this changes all the time. I mean, it changes minute by minute, simply because it's a very busy site. You don't have to be that crazy with your news content. I mean, you need to blog perhaps once every 2 weeks as a minimum. There's no expectation from Google that things are going to change all the time on your site. It'd be great if they did, but it would take a long time and it would cost an awful lot of money. You've also got to think of all that content. You need to write all that content. How will you do that? You spend more time on your site than you would on your business, and that's not what anybody wants. So you just need to make sure that your content changes regularly, not as in say you've got an About Us page. You don't need to keep changing the text to make that all different. What you could do with doing is having a blog, a news page, anything like that, where you can just keep adding to it. And when you add to it, people will come back. It also means Google will come back. If Google sees that a site is changing regularly, it will come back and it will see the site and it will re-index and re-save that site to its own index. The content as well, a lot of people talk about keyword density. Just throw that away, ignore that, ignore keyword density. It's not a valid measure of the content of a page. It can be so easily fooled that it has it's very, very small effect on SEO. Your page should discuss the title and the heading. It should discuss what people expect to see when they get there. So if I click on 20 celebrities endorsing Obama, we can see that we have a list of, oh, here we go, we got a gallery. Slow. So a gallery of people endorsing Obama. If I went to that page and I didn't see a gallery of people endorsing Obama, i.e. that, it was a switch and it was the wrong title for the content, then I'd just come straight back off the page. It wouldn't give the person good value. And Google can measure this. Google can measure how long people spend on pages. And if they're not spending too long on a page, it's probably that there's something wrong with that page. So it will lose quality, in Google's eyes anyway. So you need to think about the content of the page. You need to think about keeping it fresh on the website as a whole. Now, all in all, that's pretty much it. If your titles are good, if your URL structure is good, not essentially, it's not essential your URL structure, but if it's good, it helps. If your content's good, if you're getting everything, okay on all of that, then you're going to be fine. Your on page is done. If you have problems with it, if your pages are slow, if you've got titles up here that mean nothing, if you've got a page full of images, so your page doesn't have any text, and Google can only read text, it can't read the text that's within images. It can't see that word vote, for instance. It doesn't know that that's an image with the word vote in it lots of times. If you have a site like that, then you're going to run into problems. Let me show you a page that has such problems. Let's go to the browser. Go to a page, Peter Sage. This is his new website apparently. What's this? You don't want this on your site. A loading bar? You don't want that on your site. People don't want to be looking at that. They're just going to go straight off it. This means it's downloading Flash. Now I have an exceptionally fast broadband here, and that's taking quite a while to download. I don't want to see that. What we got here?
Hi, I'm Peter Sage, and that was my old website. And if I'm being honest, it was a little boring. You can still see it by clicking here, but I kind of figured that if you want to hire a dynamic speaker, you may just want to see and hear what you're getting. So, this is my new site. Let me show you.
This is hideous. If we see here, good God, I hadn't looked at this before, but you see here, this text here, I can't select it. That's an image. So that's absolutely no good to Google. Google can't index that. Let's look at booking info. Oh dear. So every time we go to a different site, we've got to wait. It said 20 seconds, it seems to be taking longer. We've got to wait for it to download the next page. Blimey.
Welcome to the booking information area.
Oh.
If you're looking to hire me as a speaker...
Oh dear. Awful, awful. It's just an awful page. Just a horrible page. Go away, we don't want you. So that's a horrible page. That's an example of a page that you don't want. You don't want flash. This is got all flash all over it. You don't want text in images, and you want your text to be this is an image, that's no good, that's an image, you don't want that. It's just horrible, so don't do that. If you've got a site like that, shame on you, change it. So there you go. That's it. Stick to those rules. And very simple. The rules are good titles, good URLs, good content. Job done. Yes, you can go further. You can do all sorts of things. But really, that'll do. That'll start you off.